Hi Sacred Souls, welcome to my channel Sacred Intuition 111. Hi! So let's get into this. I am so stoked. I actually just wanted to upload, originally I thought, okay, I'm gonna record a short. I did. And I'm definitely going to post this before I'm actually posting this long video. And then I decided for TikTok that I'm only going to upload the picture of it and just basically put in the information that is the most important. To say the least, I'm so stoked. Okay, so this is clearly a message for you, okay? This is a message for you, and it's so clear that your spirit guides want you to stay flexible at this time. Literally flexible. Why? Because this flexibility is going to bring in what you've been prepared for. You are being braced for the readiness. And now I'm hearing, I was born ready. Dang right you are. So now, you also, and I'm pretty sure you had to learn this the hard way, that you had to stay flexible also in the midst of chaos with the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is external conflict. So this can be either competition, this can be arguments, this can be sabotage sometimes, especially if it's like paired, for instance, with the Seven of Swords. Anywho's, so no matter what obstacle is being thrown in your way or has been, and that might have made everything feel like it's moving like molasses, this in itself is preparing you to also be ready for this full-blown sunshine and happiness in your life, which has always been reserved for you. Yes, you were born ready because this was always your destiny. And no matter what competition, no matter what chaos, no one, and I mean no one and nothing can take this away from you. And wow, I am proud of you because you know what? You have not only shown that you're flexible, you're currently you are, sorry, okay, interesting. Maybe it is a sign to do some I am affirmations. You are flexible right now. You are proving it that no matter what, you stand by who you are and what you desire and what you stand for. Now, that doesn't mean with being flexible that you have to follow someone else's tune. No. But it's also being flexible as to how your blessings are coming into your life, when things are coming or people are coming into your life, the way how they show up, okay? And maybe it was also a challenge to stay as flexible because sometimes in our society, we are being shown that something has to happen a certain way, right? Whether it is, that is the normal route of your career path. Yeah, so what? Okay? Or, no, this is how romantic connections normally look like. This is how friendship looks like. This is how a perfect family looks like. Yeah, well, there is no perfection in anything human related, to be fair, okay? And actually, isn't it kind of universal law? Like, there is no perfection because there's always like a balance, but you have to have contradicting forces, and perfection would mean that everything is in harmony. And yet, because there are contradicting forces, that is creating the balance and harmony. Okay, I have no idea where the heck I'm going with this, but yeah. So, but what I feel with number 19 being the sun, but also combining up to 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And now number 48 adds up to a 12, which is the Hangman. So you might have felt like something was being put on hold. All right? I'm not taking this away from you. It most likely might have felt like it. But your flexibility in the eye of the storm, amidst the chaos, amidst how things maybe have not been panning out the way that you thought that they should pan out, this has actually created your readiness to embrace this forward movement. Now, underneath flexible is the peace. It is about finding the peace also within current structures with the Hierophant energy, 2 plus 3, 5, and making peace with it. Making peace that it's okay if not everything is moving, like coming along smoothly. It's okay, all right? Diamonds are forged under pressure. Now I'm hearing, under pressure, pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Do, 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 do. Anyway. So, and here I say yin. You are ready to step into your feminine energy. And if that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. Yeah, because it's faded. It's the faded state of being that is meant for you as well. Let's put this here. Peace, because peace, it's spirals. Yeah, making peace with that things are not moving in a straight line. And instead of thinking that you're running in circles, actually realizing that you're spiraling upwards. You're not spiraling out of control. You're ascending. You're going up. Okay? So now, 5 of Cups here. Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords is also quite fast-moving energy, such as the Chariot. I think the Chariot is actually the fastest moving energy in the tarot deck. Directly followed, I think, by the 8 of Wands. Yeah. Anywho's. The Knight of Swords is very fast. Look, and it's also about like communicating the truth as well and breaking free by standing up against some kind of oppression maybe. Look, speaking your truth, you cannot make this up. Okay, but I'm going to use them to shuffle. But what I thought was also really interesting, maybe the chaos and conflict was around something that you might have regretted or you felt like as if it wasn't meant for you. But you know what? Actually making peace and actually coming to terms that everything that is meant for you is not going to pass you by. I know this might sound like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, but the most magical things happen when you're trying not to control the universe, but instead signaling to the universe, you know what? I'm ready to receive. Yin energy, ready to receive. Get the drift? Ha! Because that is telling them as if there's plural. Anyway, you're telling the universe, you know what? You can pick me up with that chariot of yours, the chariot of fate, because I'm ready to journey along, okay? And yes, in order for you to be ready to get onto this chariot, you had to prove, I know, sounds silly, but it's true. And not only prove, it wasn't about proving, it was about learning to be flexible without losing yourself. Okay, anyway, wait, let me ask this. Whoop, I almost fell. I almost fell off my chair. What? Did someone try to knock you off your throne? Well, not that my chair is a throne, but yeah. That just threw me for a loop. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Terrible puns. Anyway, what is the lesson about flexible, like being flexible, like discipline? You cannot make this up. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now I'm hearing a weird thing with the flexibility here. Maybe did some of you actually have like a goal to learn how to do the split or become more flexible, like body wise? But whatever it is, this lesson about being flexible, it has been teaching you discipline. And it might sound silly, but you are not learning anything if it's just being handed to you. And yes, even though it might be nicer if everything, look at this, perseverance, and I'm just hearing an airplane. A bit scarily too close to my home. Anyway, and this discipline also, and this flexibility, has also taught you perseverance. No way. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. No way. So I'm guided to take this. Okay. Anyways, well, I don't think we need this deck anymore. All right. So, wait, that just threw me for a loop for a second. That was just interesting. Yeah, it like all these things that you've learned, it literally taught you. It taught you perseverance and discipline, which you also need in order to obtain whatever you set your mind to, right? I mean, duh. And also part of that is preparing yourself for happiness, okay? Because you can only also fully, how do you say, appreciate something if you also know the lack of it, okay? Beautiful. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I have to read something to you from the booklet. Listen to the first sentence. Your soul has a goal, but it also has chosen to incarnate into a world of distractions. The Five of Wands could also be distractions. Maybe you were being tested with distractions. Would you be deterred from your path due to distractions, which could have been sweet temptations, or it could have been people discouraging you, jobs you didn't get that you applied for, studies that you tried to get in but you weren't chosen. I don't know, you signed up for class. Why do I have all these educational things? Maybe you chose a path, like for instance, you always wanted to be a lawyer, like, or at least you wanted to do something about human rights. And the classic path would have been to study law, right? But what if your path was actually meant to be different? Maybe you had to go like, whoop, here and over here. Okay, let's go here. We're crossing over the law path. Okay. Yeah, well, it looks nice here. Okay. Let's go over here. And then dropping back onto that path. But no matter what your desire was, and that was just an example, you'll know how it applies to you. And I'm sure if you come across this message, this is so for you. And you know what? I'm stoked for you. I am. And I'm your cheerleader here because I want you to live your most authentic life and living life to the fullest, whatever that means. And that doesn't mean that you're doing whatever the influencers on social media do. Yeah, what they're getting paid for to show you. I want you to live your life to the fullest so that you, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have that feeling, I feel content. Because if you have that feeling, then you're living life to the fullest. All right. Anyway. But you have been given discipline as your birthright. Oh no. And didn't I say before you were born with it? Now that makes so much sense. Yeah, I'm telling you, intuition. It is to remind yourself what your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life, instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. Now, I love this. Distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul, and if we give in to this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. Nice. 1660. Just when I finished it. Anyway. Nice. Is there anything else that wants to come out for flexible, peace, discipline, perseverance? Yeah. 4 of coins, 8 of cups, the sun, and the knight of swords. Interesting. For some time, you might have held back from walking away from something. And that actually delayed this happiness, the sun, and the knight of swords. Yeah, crazy. To actually come in. Maybe you held on to a certain expectation, whether this is love, life, career, family, right? You held on to something too tightly, or you held yourself back from something that kept you in a space where you couldn't grow anymore. But look at this. You are, by also speaking your truth, this is where you're stepping into your power. And the sun is masculine energy. That is doer energy. That is taking action. Okay? All right. The Empress. Receiving mode. Okay. You know what? Now I feel like I want to get one of these cards. Tell me about the readiness and the yin energy. Yeah. No, you cannot make this up with the alignment card to fall out. Exactly that. You are ready. You are now stepping into your alignment. And you're also being called with the flexibility to align your actions and thoughts with your desires. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Align your actions and thoughts with your desires. Because that is ultimately leading to the success. Believe that success is within your reach. Yes, it is. 100% it is. Okay, I don't even have to continue there. Okay, very nice. Tell me more about the alignment, success, readiness, yin energy, being receptive. I mean, it would be hilarious if the Empress energy would come out once more, but yeah. I mean, that would be insane. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We have the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Coins, and the Fool. And the 9 of Wands in itself, for me, that is a card of perseverance. Yes, it can also be being blocked off, like being exhausted. But this is why, because it's the wounded warrior energy, you have to persevere. Because beyond the persevering lies the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles, the absolute abundance that is coming with this new beginning, with this leap of faith. I love it. I absolutely do. Yeah. It's about some kind of collaboration that is coming. Where's the Chariot leading you to? Now that was funny. That flipped right back. Where's this chariot leading you to? I'm not meant to ask, okay? That's odd. Something that you've been manifesting. I would like to get one card, and I would like to get you an animal, a spirit animal card, just to give you some more encouragement. And this is why I'm going to close it. What spirit animal is accompanying you on this path to secure that this is coming for you and that you are ready, set, go. Let's see. Flexible, peace, happiness. The intuitive, the duck. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life, distractions, and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Wow. Underneath the deck is the dolphin. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to leave it right here. And I'm just saying, stay flexible to be ready and trust your intuition. You're right there. This is coming for you because you have showed true perseverance. And that has put you into alignment. This has put you into the receptive energy. Kudos. Absolutely well done. Well deserved. Take care. Until next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe.